This season on Ultimate Cowboy Showdown, we started with 14 cowboys from all across America.
Go on, get him now. There you go.
Every one of them trying to prove that they are the best of the best.
Oh, I'm getting tight,
Pack your personals, hit the trail. You're done here. Gather your personals and hit the trail.
Thank you.
Pack your personals and hit the trail. You're done.
Yes, sir.
And now, only 3 remain. Tonight, they're going to face the final challenge.
This is for $50,000 worth of cattle. I mean, toughen up,
There's
cowboys. Let's
A lot
go.
on the line. This ain't gonna be easy right here.
Whoa, cattle, whoa, cattle,
Oh, they missed it.
Only one will be the ultimate cowboy. At stake, $50,000 worth of cattle, an Arrowquip Q-Catch 87 Series cattle chute, and a rawhide portable corral. Who will win the Ultimate Cowboy Showdown? We're down to our final 3. These are 3 great cowboys. It's not going to be easy. First, there's Tyler, the young hotshot looking to move up in life.
I'm the youngest stock contractor in the International Professional Rodeo Association. I've been crowned the Rookie of the Year. I've won go-rounds. I've won averages. I've pretty well done it all.
And even though he got guff for being a rodeo cowboy,
all you had to do was stop what you were doing and take a little direction.
I had the whole thing under control the whole time.
Better check yourself, because I'm not playing, kid. You're a low man on the totem pole.
from day one, he was playing the game.
I know it's kind of early on, but I think we kind of vibe a little bit. You think we ought to band up a little bit till we get to the final 3? Sort off the weak ones and pick them out.
Tyler's proven he's a pro with a rope.
Go ahead. Yeah.
And it got a good go right there.
Yeah, Tyler, yeah.
There you go, Tyler got it. And he's shown he can hold his own on the ranch,
I got it.
winning 2 individual challenge buckles.
Good job, Tyler. Who's your champion? 2 immunity buckles. How about that?
I never really have believed in luck, to be honest with you. I don't believe that good things happen to people who wait. I think good things happen to people who show up and take them.
Tyler's from a small town in Michigan, known more for frigid weather and farms than cattle ranches and cowboys.
I didn't grow up on a big 10,000-acre ranch with mommy and daddy's money. I'm a self-made cowboy. I left home when I was 19 years old with nothing to my name but a lawn chair and a horse. Winning the Ultimate Cowboy Showdown would help fulfill me and my wife's dream to finalize our ranch and start our family.
Next is Katie Joe, who's been making it in a man's world, but is here to prove she's the ultimate cowboy.
Being a cowboy is everything. Being a cowboy is not a 9-to-5. It's not a monotone job that you just go through the motions. This is something that if you don't have a passion for, it's not gonna turn out very well for you.
She can rope,
Good job keeping her horse in there. I mean, rope the neck.
she can ride,
Man, that's our horse,
This
Katie.
kid fly,
I
King.
mean, can get it right there.
she can read cattle,
Who's gonna go around?
I'm going right now.
Katie's done a really good job. She got some control on them cattle.
and more importantly, she led her team countless times.
Once y'all get that gate on, one of y'all go in the trees and one go down these trees. Hey, you guys, we got a problem. We need to move this chute back. Watch that Bramer. Watch that Bramer. Keep her in the middle of the herd. I'm on my way.
Katie Joe
Katie
seen her.
Joe
Here
seen him.
she
Good
comes.
job. Hey, give it to Katie Joe for paying attention.
Go!
Ride, Katie, ride.
And she was the first woman to ever win an individual challenge. Katie's sense of purpose is fueled by the personal losses she's had to overcome.
My sister passed away in 2013, She's a huge part of my decision to be here, and, I need to stay true to what I'm doing and complete the course and be able to take those cows home. My sister Bailey passed away in 2013. I didn't take over the family ranch. If I didn't continue this legacy, it would go away. Personally, I don't have any cattle. I day work a lot. I help my dad run all his cows, and I want something for myself. I want to be able to go check my cows, hire somebody to come help me brand my cows. I want so badly to be able to make the phone call to my dad saying that I won this competition and that I did what he told me to do. Come here, keep my head down, and work hard, and come home with the $50,000 worth of cattle.
And last but not least is John Paul, also known as JP.
Some people get born to be a doctor, get born to be a lawyer. I was born to be a cowboy.
This third-generation cowboy's from South Texas, a region known for its back-breaking cowboys.
All right, that started.
Whoop. Stay in the middle, cowboy. Stay in the middle, cowboy. Stay in the middle.
I don't allow people to call me a quitter, you know? I don't quit, and I don't ever quit.
31-year-old John Paul is a day-working cowboy looking to provide more for his family.
I'm just a working cowboy. I don't own nothing. All I own is my horse and my dogs to get the job done every day.
He's a horse trainer, singer-songwriter, and dang sure a good hand.
Here it comes.
Stay with him now.
There you go.
Yep. Hustle, get on him.
Good job, JP!
John Paul doesn't say much, but when he does, he means it.
You got him by the trailer, but you ain't got help to pull him in the trailer. You think your horse can pull him by itself?
Hey, I think I can do it.
Well, if you want to do it, here, have at it then. You think you're cowboy enough to do it? Do it, son. He's just a young kid with a lot of mouth to him.
And when he finally emerged in the arena with an individual challenge win.
Ooh, JP's got him lined out. Here's gonna be a shot.
He got it.
John Paul was ready to show out, and show out he did.
Looks like JP's got his loaded up. Hi. Looky there.
There it went.
See how he kept control of that horse. He's just showing you he's capable right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
I'm fighting for this, and I'm gonna give it my best to win this, to give my family a start.
Coming up on the Ultimate Cowboy Showdown.
Oh, they missed it.
There's nobody in the gate. Somebody's gonna have to come to this side.
Whoa, cattle.
And later,
I need to know right now who wants this. I mean, who wants it?
Man, it feels better than ever to be in the top 3. It's what we've been trying for this whole time, but, you know, the job isn't done.
I know I have to show up today because the last couple challenges haven't been my strongest performances. And if it does mean that I have to take the leadership role, that's what I'm gonna have to do.
I'm here to start a legacy for my family. I need to win this, and it means everything to me. I'm in it, I'm focused, I'm giving it all I have.
morning, Cowboys.
Morning.
You are the top 3. Congratulations. You've risen to the top out of 14 great cowboys. And one of you is going to be going home with $50,000 worth of cattle. An air-equipped Q-Catch 87 series cattle chute in a rawhide portable corral. All right, let's get started then. In this pasture is your prize cattle. Your cattle have gold tags. There are 50 of them and they're worth about $50,000. Your job today is to drive them to the semi that's waiting for them about 3 miles away. And that will be going home with the Ultimate Cowboy. Now, your cattle are mixed in with about 200 other cows. So you'll need to sort off your cows along the way at various gates. Once you hit the final gate, no cattle will be allowed through that gate if they're not yours. I'm looking for leadership, strategy, and handling these cows. Remember, this is your final chance to impress me, Cash, and Buddy, okay? Good luck. Ride hard. Let's go.
Today's task, we have to go after 250 head and sort out 50 of our cattle from the 200. That's a big job for 3 people. So I already had a game plan. I knew what it was gonna take to do this. Our first gate's over there, that red gate.
It's kind of in the middle. It's not like in a corner,
Yeah.
so.
And then-
So we'd probably line up just perfect with it.
I have had a strategy for every challenge, every competition, every obstacle that has come my way. I have had a strategy, and today is no different. I expect JP to try to take the leadership role today. And instead of clashing with JP, I think I'm gonna let JP take the lead because I don't think maybe JP can handle the lead.
We'll just start back where the red bandana was.
Yeah.
Start that way and just kind of make a flush around the whole deal and make sure there's nothing.
You know, today is gonna be all about who can show off the most and who shows up and does their job for Trace to see. And no question about it, I deserve to win the ultimate Cowboy Showdown.
All right, Cowboys, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let's ride.
Whoever stays on this side will come back down this way and hold those cows.
Yeah.
And then those two people will bring them back, come back around and bring what's on the other side to the gate.
Well, I'll go and bring these back around to you.
All right, we'll go this way.
They're making it more complicated than what it is.
Right now, the Cowboys are spreading out and gathering up all the cattle to go through the first gate.
Do you want to stay here, Tyler? Do you want to go all the way around?
I'll go all the way around. I picked the roughest country to cover because I didn't want anybody to say, hey, you took the big, flat, easy land. So I rode through all the thorns, the hills, the peaks, the little valleys, got around, sorted off some, brought them up.
Looks like Tyler left a few cows they didn't need behind. That's a smart move.
Hey, JP,
Yes, ma'am.
do you want to go in front of them since you're on that side when we get them to the gate?
I was gonna let them sit in that corner so they could get together, and I was gonna let you go lead like you wanted to, and we can try to push them to you.
If you don't want to take the lead, that's fine with me. I'm just saying that's your spot, not mine.
Looks like Tyler's gathering up most of the cattle, taking the initiative from the start.
Well, it's got to be a pretty fun day to get to go gather your herd, whether you get to take them home or not, but it's going to be a good day for them.
Yeah.
So now the Cowboys have about 200 head of cattle to get through the first gate and into the next pasture.
Do you think they'll take it?
What's that?
You think they'll take that turn? You think it's gonna? I think it may take all three of us. When you have a big herd like that, you have to have balance because if a guy's over here on the right and he puts too much pressure and there's nobody on the left, they're just gonna roll right back around.
What do you want now?
When we go through this gate, you're gonna have to get up and around them because I'm in the middle. I can't take your spot.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to go. When y'all turn them, y'all are gonna have to fan out and get around them.
And now you got 3 cowboys holding a big herd right here, and not much room for Eric.
Y'all be really still.
This ain't gonna be easy right here.
Oh, they missed it.
And there they go.
Whoa, cattle, whoa, cattle, whoa, cattle.
Coming up.
This is the final walk down to the arena. Tonight, we are going to know who is the ultimate cowboy.
Y'all be really still.
Now they need to push these cattle through the first gate and into the next pasture.
This ain't gonna be easy right here.
Whoa, cattle, whoa, cattle, whoa, cattle.
We're starting to
There
try
they go.
pretty hard here. Let's see if he gets the bent. Oh, they missed it. Rough right
Missed
here.
it, just like we seen. Is he gonna get him turned, maybe?
Yeah.
Good job, Katie Joe. Good job, Tyler.
There.
Katie Joe got him turned right there. Tyler's in the right spot, but Katie Joe did all the work right there. She got him bent, and that was coming at her hard right there. I'm a little disappointed in John Paul starting out.
I am too. He's bobbled today
He's
pretty
not,
bad.
I mean, I think he reads the situation better than this thing. They'd have been a lot easier.
Now y'all are gonna have to go hold and get a hold of them.
JP cut in front of Katie Joe. That is not good etiquette.
Wrong side. He cut me off completely as soon as we came through the gate, and I mean, just like blew in front of me and went over there to help Tyler and left everything exposed over here. Well, he cut me off and went to the wrong side. He was supposed to stay on the left side of the herd. He wasn't supposed to go to the right.
I still did my job, completed the drag, made sure every single herd went to that side, and then I went and got around the cattle to make sure that they didn't go to the brush where all the trees and everything was. You know, it's always easier to work in the open than what it is to work in the brush.
Well, when they come through that gate, they change positions.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
No, I'd be making sure that gate was shut behind them.
I would too.
Katie Joe was the last one through it, and she should have closed it.
Y'all are gonna have to spread back out.
Here comes John Paul back to maybe help her a little bit.
Yeah, there's no reason them cattle shouldn't go right against that fence where
Yeah,
Tyler's.
I mean, just use that fence to your advantage.
Yeah.
Want to stop them?
Use that fence.
Now they look like they're in the right spot here,
Yeah.
finally. Everybody's kind of got back. Everybody's talking to each other again. Now they're gonna go hunt the hole.
As we're heading them off, we're gonna take them into a small trap. This isn't the last trap that we have to go through, but it's small, and the fences, to me, are the best out of any place that we've been on yet. So this, to me, seems like a good place to start peeling off some more culls. A cull is a cow that we don't need that doesn't have the golden ear tag.
Now a guy can do some sorting here, I
Yes,
think.
I believe they can.
I think we need to try to kick like a herd of them out of there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
They're not gonna leave the herd.
Yeah.
Yellow tag, black cow right here in front of us.
JP's just letting some of them drift up this fence here, stopping the ones he needs to, just let them go.
That look good.
That fence not gonna hold those cattle if they keep pushing on them.
Tyler, you're gonna lose them behind you if you keep right into the middle of the herd.
Man, they're not wanting to come this way. I think they're just wanting to walk that fence because them other cows are over there.
Here, you mind if I worked outside?
No, I can do it.
You know, Tyler's side, it's the easy side. He should have been able to peel out them cattle slowly. That's why I wanted in on that side, because I felt like I would read cattle a little bit better.
Whatever y'all wanna do.
Because, I mean,
I'm just holding the herd. Make up your minds.
Somebody needs to come up with a better idea now. They're gonna keep pushing those cows and they're gonna lose something through the
Well,
fence.
you got cows that's got calves still in here that's over there.
They're pushing on the fence pretty good right now. The
Yeah.
T-posts are shaking.
You don't understand that it usually takes a lot of people to do this stuff.
We just gotta keep peeling away at them. It's not gonna be fast.
No,
it's
it's
gonna
not
take a while.
fast. It's slow. Everything's slow here.
We had a job assigned to us. Do your job. Just slow back down and figure it out. Let's take them up there and put them through that fresh gate. They might sort a little better down to come down this way.
I like that. It's a good idea.
We can try it. It's not working here.
Things are starting to shift as we go, and they're shifting for my benefit, in my opinion, because the further we go, the more JP is wanting to quit.
This, honestly, it takes a lot more men to do that job right there.
Right. And the more that I'm like, this is possible. You're making it sound like this can't be done. It's like it's in his head that, you know, he's beat. And I feel like when he thinks he's beat, he just gives up.
What we're doing right now is just a mess.
Now they're approaching the final gate, and only their gold tag cows are allowed through it. So let's see how they sort them.
Let them spread back out, because if we get too close, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, I got a couple trashers right here.
They're good.
This is gonna test our patience because the fences are not very good in this top trap, and there's a pond right at the corner where the pipe fence is, and that's the gate the gold tags need to go through.
Hold on, I got a wad right here. Can I get this group?
Go for
Go ahead,
it.
I'll hold them.
She'll go.
Back
What's
off
next
of
to
her.
her?
Back off.
Well, the gold tags broke out of the herd there.
Head off that way and help you.
I can't hear you, what?
Go,
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
These three are having a real hard time working together.
Dang sure got 3 good cowboys, but nobody had their thinking caps on right there. Now she's gonna find her way back to the herd.
Do y'all wanna keep them right here? Keep going?
Katie Joe, y'all just hold them up. I'm gonna put them in here. We'll sort them in the pins. This is stupid.
It's frustrating because I'm used to going and getting the job done all the time and smoothly, not struggling. We don't have problems like these.
JP wants to break the rules and bring all the cattle into the final pens to sort. Of course, it's more challenging to sort in an open field, but this job is meant to be hard.
We can't quit.
That's not quitting, bud. It's called common sense, you know?
I agree with you. I totally agree.
This
There's
is a hard
pins right
task.
there.
It's not gonna be easy.
But I don't want to get disqualified for something like that. The cowboy code to me is just about being gritty, dirty, rotten, tough, and getting the job done no matter what. Things never go right. And I think that's something that JP maybe lacks, is he never has had to own the cows. He's always worked for someone else. And employees come and go. The boss man never quits.
This is for $50,000 worth of cattle. I mean, toughen up,
There's a lot
cowboys.
on the line,
Let's
a lot
go.
on the line, yeah.
We'll just try to bring you some gold tags. No sense in pinning all of them. We gotta get it done.
Well, we're about to get it done. We're gonna sort them in the pins the right way.
We can do it. Just open your gate and I'll bring you some golds. My goal is to win that $50,000 worth of cattle. And so that's why I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep going back so I can move forward.
Yeah, just stand there. We can hold them and just ease them to you. You just watch the gate, JP.
If you'll just come out and work, like, we'll just have to just go real easy. There's trash cows right up, and I'll send them between us. Watch your back. Make sure they go.
Well, now he's got 4 of them in there.
Okay, we've got a few white tags.
They still got a ways to load a semi.
They go out.
Yeah.
Just send them to the
He's
other
got
side
46
of the
more to go. He's got him a couple coming.
There they go, finally. Teamwork.
pond. Just right.
Yeah.
3 in a row. Perfect. Good job, JP. Watcher.
Oop. Good job, Katie Jo, checking out. We're backing him up right there.
Backing him up there. She could have got to that fence and got him to stop. Well, they got over now, 7, 8?
7, I think that's 8. 3 win, I think that's 8.
So far, JP and Katie Jo are running the show. Tyler, he just kind of sitting out there like a bump on a log.
They're getting some golds in there now. John Paul's done a good job.
Yeah. If they haven't made no mistakes, they've done real well.
Good job,
That ought to
JP.
be about 15 cows now they got in there.
Real close, yeah, I'd say.
Sometimes I think my emotions get the best of me. I didn't think we were gonna have that much trouble, but as soon as I stepped in there, the cattle started flowing a little bit. We're calling out tags, letting each other know what's coming, and just kind of in sync right there, you know.
Last one, that's it, that's it.
Good job, guys. Took us a while, but we got them all. It's all right.
Hip,
Slow and steady.
hip. I'm stoked. We got all 50 head gathered and penned, just like I thought. This is the day that I've been looking forward to. We finally got all of our cattle here. They're getting on a truck, and they're leaving. And driver, you better drive careful, because that's precious cargo.
All right, Cowboys. That was a hard challenge. You guys made a few mistakes, but you got it done. You got 50 cows loaded in this truck. Somebody's gonna take them home. You all 3 deserve that herd of cows. I got a lot to think about. Winner's not just gonna be determined by what happened today. I'll see you this evening in the arena. Coming up, didn't seem like you were thinking about what you needed to be doing today. Whose fault was it?
Doing good, sir?
Everything's good. How you doing?
Good, sir.
How's your horse holding up?
I think he's pretty wore out, but he's been giving it his all this whole competition. I'm pretty proud of him.
Yeah, he's performed really well. We've been
Yes, sir.
impressed with the way Boone's worked. It's been a pleasure to watch y'all work together.
I appreciate that.
JP started out, he was quiet, kind of kept his head down, and then the light went on and he said, I can win this thing. Then he started cowboying hard, you know, and I said at the beginning, watch that guy. Well, here you are. You know, there's $50,000 worth of cows. What would you do with them?
Honestly, I want to let you know first, this will be a start for my family. My dad, he ranched and he worked cows. My great-grandfather, he worked cattle. I didn't get to meet him, but they never did own cattle. They worked hard all their lives, and they always were working for the rancher or the cattleman. And I want to be the start for something for my family. That's what I want.
You know, that's what this thing's all about, you know, real cowboys, people that do this for a living every day.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
bringing that code to work with them.
Yes, sir.
You're the real deal. That's why you're here.
I appreciate it. And you know, if I want something like this, like that buckle, I would plan to wear it to the day I died, and I'd pass it on from generations to generations to come.
JP's proven all along, if you underestimate him, you're making a mistake. You know, he's proven that he can get the job done. I've got a lot of respect for you, man.
I appreciate that, sir.
Okay, you've done a great job.
I appreciate
Done
you.
a great job. It's been fantastic to watch you work.
I appreciate that.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Katie Jo.
Trace, how are you?
Hi. Sitting in the shade.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you a question, and I want you to be honest with me.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been more exhausted than you are right now?
I don't think so.
Have you? Not?
I don't think so. I think
I
I'm
can
beyond
imagine.
the point.
I mean, this has been tough, hasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Katie Jo, she's just one of the guys. She can do everything they can do. She's proven that. I mean, she's top hand. I didn't cut her any slack because she was a woman. It never entered into the equation. She just had to compete along with everybody else, and she did. So you grew up on the ranch.
Yes, sir, I did.
Big ranch.
Yes, sir. You know, it's the best upbringing that I think a person can have. It teaches you responsibility, gratitude, and hard work. I mean, you have a great work ethic when you grow up like that, because you don't have any choice but to get out there and work alongside your family.
You got brothers and sisters?
I had a sister, yes, sir. She passed away in 2013.
Oh, I lost a brother too. I know what that feels like. It's not right.
I wouldn't wish it upon anybody.
Not right.
I'm sorry about yours too.
And you see the pain it causes your parents, and it's one of the hardest times of my life. It was awful.
Yes, sir.
So I know how you feel. Sorry.
She would have been really mad at me if I wouldn't have accepted to come here.
Oh, yeah.
Because she always told me to strive for bigger and better, and this was way out of my comfort zone.
Well, if you felt like this was out of your comfort zone, it sure didn't look like that. Not to me.
Well, I appreciate it.
All right.
I carry her with me. This cross I actually wear every day is what she wore every day, and I don't ever take it off.
I still got my brother's key ring from his truck.
That's pretty
Keep
neat.
it on my tractor.
That's cool.
I think that's where he would have wanted me to have it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Katie Jo would step out and take leadership roles, but even when she didn't, they would force her into a leadership role. She always seemed to know. You have come and showed out. You just showed out.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck to you. All right.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, Tyler.
Hey, Trace.
You ever done anything that, for this extended period of time, that was this challenging?
No, not this extended period of time.
Like Navy SEAL training or something like that, maybe?
No, sir.
You know, Tyler is consistent. He shows up. And in the Immunity Buckle Challenges, he always went hard. He always did, because he knows how to play this game. What's been the hardest part of it?
I mean, the goal is to be one of the last guys, but it's hard not to develop real relationships with people while doing it.
Tyler, impressive young man. I've noticed about Tyler, too, he's watching everybody. He's always watching everybody. He doesn't miss a trick. How long you been in Oklahoma?
Since I was 18.
You just moved down there?
Man, you know, it wasn't like I just picked up and moved for no reason, you know. My dad, he lost the family farm, and I felt like I only had two options, and that was kind of wait for nothing or strike out on my own. And I rodeoed a bunch, and I always really liked Oklahoma. So I left home not knowing a single soul in Oklahoma and moved here.
What would you do with 50 head of cattle?
We're expanding our place. I'm married. I've been married going on 3 years now, and we don't have any kids. And the reason we don't have any kids is I wanted to be financially stable enough before I brought them into the world. I feel like, you know, with my family farm getting ripped out from underneath me, it was super devastating to me. The 50 cows, I'd turn it into a business of its own and try to cultivate that $50,000 worth of cows into $250,000 over the next 6 or 7 years.
I think you're a responsible young man. It's been a pleasure.
I appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Coming up.
I felt like I was having to work that gate and work another man's hole right there, too.
Whose fault was it?
I mean,
This is the final walk down to the arena. Tonight, we are going to know who is the ultimate cowboy. I've worked week after week after week to be in the position I am, and it's right there in front of me to grab.
Everything's on the line right here. I want this so bad. I want this for my family. I want this for myself. This is an opportunity of a lifetime.
This is one of the biggest moments in my life. I'm gonna put everything out on the line and show why I deserve to be the ultimate cowboy.
All right, here we are. The final three in the Ultimate Cowboy Showdown. I'm looking at three top-notch cowboys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And one of you is going to go home with $50,000 worth of cattle, an Air-equipped Q-Catch 87 series cattle chute, a rawhide portable corral, and this buckle. All right, let's get started then. If you had to put together your own highlight reel in this competition, what would you think would be your highlight? Tyler, we'll start with you. You've been really consistent. You shined in the immunity buckle challenges. What was your moment that you thought, there it is?
I would say my personal highlight was when I roped the horse in the arena Houlihan at about 3 coils back.
Good Houlihan, good job with his rope right there, ride his horse up. Man, that was a good job roping right there.
Yes, it was.
I was happy with that.
Yeah. JP, you've been quiet in the beginning anyway, kept your head down, got the work done, showed up in every immunity buckle challenge too. Same question to you.
I thought it was whenever we did the trailer loading, when we loaded the two steers.
Just the other day.
Yes, sir.
It's like JP's got his loaded up.
Hi.
Okay, Katie Jo, you've been taking the leadership role and pushed into the leadership role, and I think it's because they all knew that you knew what you were doing,
Yes, sir.
and you rose to the occasion.
I mean, the horse race was pretty epic.
They're
She's
gonna hit the
got
water
him.
pretty close together. Katie Jo's just a little
Katie's got
ahead.
him.
I feel like that was a
It was
pretty good
sure
one.
good watching.
Yeah, all three of you had lots of highlights. Those are good ones.
All right, we might as well just talk about what happened today. I'm gonna start with you, Katie Jo, because it seemed to me like you were a little frustrated at times, and is that true?
Yes, sir.
Tell us why.
I got cut off a couple times. People weren't holding their holes. JP went and helped Tyler and left the whole side open, and I just felt like I had to work extra hard today to cover extra holes.
She rode up to me and she said, hey, I want you to take the lead spot. And she said, I'm gonna need you to pass me. So that's the only reason I cut her off.
I swept around the front just to even it out because I felt like
Never ride in front of anybody. Never.
even if there's both of us on one side,
Everybody should have rolled. But who left the gate open?
That would be me because I had to go fill JP's spot. I couldn't stop and close the
He's
gate.
the last one through the gate.
I'd be making sure that gate was shut behind them.
I would too. You know, what would happen if y'all spilled them cows and then went back in where y'all come from?
They'd have been gone.
Yes, sir.
Gate's closed and you go through it. You shut it when you go through it.
Then you got into that next pasture and had them moving up through there pretty good. You got a few of them sorted and got a few of them cut off, but then they just got balled up in that corner, and you just kept mashing them into that corner, and we just thought that we're fixing to see some cows go through the fence, go over the fence, about to be a train wreck.
I mean, I felt like being middleman, I would step and like want him to come in between me and Tyler, and he needed to ride up into him just a tick.
yeah.
And he wasn't confident enough to ride to their shoulder and push them cows because they're wanting out, but he wouldn't ride up and give them the out. Tyler, you're gonna lose them behind you if you keep riding to the middle of the herd. Step up, Tyler, go.
I agree. I felt like I was from Arkansas sorting them, but I just kept looking at that fence and thinking if I ride up in there anymore, they're just gonna push through there, you know?
And you got them into that third little trap there, and at that moment, JP, did you think that this job wasn't possible to get done with 3 hands?
At that moment, what I thought was we were already putting quite a bit of pressure on them cows, and I said, you know, I'd rather put them in the pens and sort them and get the job done.
I spoke up and told him no. I was like, hey man, like this is our job, just slow back down. And
She told me no, but I was taking the heat. I felt like I was having to work that gate and work another man's hole right there too.
Whose fault was it?
I mean,
I was working holes too.
yes,
A
I
big
mean,
hole.
both of us were working pretty hard. I felt like, you know, Tyler had the less stress on his end, but it was just where he was positioned, I guess. I don't know.
Tyler, we couldn't figure out what you were doing. I mean, seriously. I mean,
These two gentlemen were just talking back and forth. You know, what is Tyler doing?
Yeah, I didn't want to be on the backside. I would have loved to be in the hole jimming and jamming, but I didn't, you know. How do you go about that? Hey,
Did you
JP,
know where you was starting from?
Yeah.
Then you knew where you should have wound up.
Tyler, super conservative approach. That's the way you played the game. I mean, if you didn't seem like you were thinking about what you needed to be doing today.
Thought I was picking the noble thing to do because it was a lot hillier and brushier. I said, I'll take the long trot. And taking the long trot put me away from all the gates, I guess.
Well, I think the world of you. I think you're a responsible young man. But pack your personals, hit the trail. Done here.
Good job, Tyler.
Good job, Tyler. Proud of you, buddy. You did good.
You bet.
You're a good man. Tyler's strategy was to lay back, and I needed him to step up, especially when his team needed him to. All right, there are two of you left. One of you is going to be the ultimate cowboy. Before we go there, let's talk about the Cowboy Code a little bit. We all know what it is. I just want to hear what it means to you, and did you play the game that way? JP?
Yes, sir. Cowboy Code to me is show respect to others, be humble, keep your head down, and do your work as hard as you can. Show a lot of grit, and try to be the best example I can be to someone who looks up to me.
Katie Joe.
Yes, sir. To me, the Cowboy Code is hard work, grit, determination, being honest, stepping up when you're told to and when you need to, and trying to carry on the legacy of the Cowboy name. And I want to be a walking example of that.
Well, like I said, there's two of you left, and I need to know right now who wants this. I mean, who wants it? JP?
I want it, Chase.
Yeah, me too.
You know, this competition was the toughest thing I've ever done. It was tough mentally, physically, sore and everything. And I was born for this. So, you know, I'm a third-generation cowboy. My great-grandfather and my dad, they've always worked for ranchers and cattlemen, but they've never owned their own set of cattle. And that's why I want to be the first in my family to own my own cattle and start a legacy for my family. To have this opportunity in front of me, and it's right here and I can grab it. You know, it's right here in my grasp. I want it. I want it. I want to take hold of it, and I want to bring it home.
Katie Joe.
I don't ever back down from a challenge. I don't ever quit. I'll do the same job he will. It doesn't matter what you put in front of me. I'm gonna try my hardest. I'm gonna get the job done. I'm fifth-generation rancher, and I want to pass that to my kids one day. And I want to show them that whether you're a boy or a girl, you can do whatever you set your mind to, and you can be an equal. You can walk with your head high and say, I am the ultimate cowboy. I can do this.
You know, that's one thing in this competition you've proven to everybody, and I never gave you a pass.
Yes,
I never
sir.
cut you any slack.
Yeah, we never looked at any event or any competition that it was a woman against men. It was cowboys.
Cowboys against cowboys.
All
the way.
out there,
And I'm glad
that's
that
how
you
we
see
judged
that,
it.
because that's what it should be.
Cowboys against cowboys.
Yes, sir.
And we ended up with the two best cowboys.
That's right.
We did.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yes, sir.
In every way. I mean, the way that you represented yourselves, the way that you treated other people, the way that you competed. And it's just been really amazing to watch both of you, and I've enjoyed every bit of it.
Yes, sir.
Well, I tell you, JP, you've been consistent through this whole thing. You've been top hand. You can ask these gentlemen. I said, watch that guy right there. And Katie Joe, you stepped up and took leadership roles when you needed to, and even when you had to, when you didn't really want to, and you were pushed into that position. And that's why this is a really difficult decision for me. Well, when it comes down to the cowboy way, nothing's given to you. You have to earn it.
Yes, sir.
The ultimate cowboy is when it comes down to the cowboy way, nothing's given to you. You have to earn it.
Yes, sir.
The ultimate cowboy is Katie Joe.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Be careful.
You too, John Paul. You did great.
Thank you.
Super
Appreciate
proud.
it.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
You stayed.
Christ. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good man.
Yes, sir.
Good
Thank
man.
you.
Good man, yes, sir.
So, Katie Joe, like I said, it didn't give you a pass. You did everything that everybody else did. You just did it better. And that's why you're standing here as the ultimate cowboy.
This is life-changing, obviously. Nobody gets a start like this. You know, I've been in some big situations, but this one just tops them all. Being able to come here and meet all the great people and be around you guys and get to show off what being a cowboy means to me and the talent that a woman can have and hold my own against these great competitors.
If I was gonna send cattle to wheat pasture in Oklahoma, I would hire you to take care of them because I trust you. You don't weaken, and you'd step up, and you'd do me a good job.
Well,
and I'd
thank you.
never have to worry about it, and I'd never have to come check on you. I'm
Thank
very
you.
proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That means more than you can even imagine.
You are what I hope my little girls can grow up and be. To be gritty, and you showed it, and you just continued to show it. It's in your DNA.
I lost my sister a long time ago, and I bet she's doing a happy dance right now.
Well, this is 3 men standing here that have daughters. And we are very, very proud of you.
Thank you. I sure appreciate y'all.
All right. Congratulations, Katie Joe.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you, sir. I'm mind blown. Winning this is absolutely a life changer. This gives me the start that I've been looking for, and I get to go home with something that I can build and cherish for the rest of my life. That's an incredible feeling.
Yeah, I like to wear these boots and old blue jeans. I keep my cards close to my chest, ace up my sleeve. I might be old-fashioned, a little stuck in my ways. The closest thing to the real thing you'll find these days. I ain't no John Wayne, ain't riding off into the sunset, leaving what I love behind. I've done enough cowboy in the north. I ain't that kind of cowboy.
My dad is gonna be incredibly proud. And I know that he's gonna walk hand in hand with me. I know he'll be there if I need him, but he's gonna be so proud that I have my own legacy to give on.
This ain't one you wanna get up from when you're prone. And I've done enough cowboy in the north.
I am absolutely 110% grateful for this opportunity and for everything that everybody here has done for us.